Fortnite is officially here, and it's brought Poppy Playtime, Jason Voorhees, and Scooby-Doo. There is also brand new Halloween mythics, so here is everything you need to know. There is over 10 collabs and 30 skins dropping daily throughout October, making this the largest Fortnite in history. We already have Halloween decorations appearing on the map, the hype is clearly here, and it all starts with the K-pop Demon Hunters collab. That's right, Fortnite has brought all 3 members of Huntrix to the game, and these might be the most accurate collab skins ever made. They are one-to-one exact copies of how they look in the movie, and it's not just outfits. This crossover has its very own LTM that's replacing Horde Rush. It is called Demon Rush, and we're of course fighting against waves of enemies like the usual, except these are demons that we have never seen before. And it gets even better because K-pop Demon Hunters is now an official UEFN category, just like The Walking Dead and Lego, letting people make their own Hunters themed maps. And it's not just that, the group are also bringing some incredible mythic items. First off is fighting enemies with Rumi's empowered sword from the film. Then you can power yourself up with Mira's spicy ramen, which is a reference to the scene from the movie where they go crazy over their lunch break. You can protect yourself and your teammates from enemies with a new version of the shield bubble called Zoe's Bubble Shield. And finally, we have the Tiger Mask, which lets you wear Derpy's face and get some exclusive abilities. Referencing the movie even more are some upcoming emotes like the song Golden, a How It's Done dance, and right now you can use Zoe's thumbs up from the film. And if you've been paying close attention to Epic's Twitter account, you may have spotted a secret map reveal. Because hiding in the background of the Daft Punk Shoes video, you can see our first look at the Fortnite map, which shows a dark red sky and the wolf statue becoming possessed. Thanks to the new update, you can hop in game right now and already see it charging up. The eyes are glowing orange and the statue just looks angry. But there's still no sign of those thorns in the trailer, right? Well, head over to Rocky's RVs and you'll see the ground is rising. Red glowing thorns are pushing up from under the surface, draining the area and leading to a huge collab boss this Fortnite, but more on that later. This has been teased for a while now with OG's Red Cube and secret map changes that we'll get into later, but for now let's talk about how Fortnite is bringing a new island to Reload. The Squid Game Reload map is officially getting replaced with a brand new one themed entirely around Halloween. And in the key art, Epic has shown off 3 original outfits for the first time. You can spot a remix version of Black Knight who has an eyeball on his helmet and an entire face on his torso. I mean, like, did they really have to add the tongue? It's just gross. In the middle, you have Elite Zadie, who most Reload players probably already own. But over on the right, you'll see the Pumpkinhead Skull Ranger type of outfit. It's been in the surveys for a long time now, but if you look really closely, you'll see someone else flying down on a glider. It is Peely, and if you're wondering why he's green, well, this is a brand new version of Peely Bone that must have fallen in toxic waste or something. So while these original outfits are cool, Fortnite has become all about the collabs, and let me tell ya, Epic did not disappoint this year. Like I said earlier, there are over 10 confirmed crossovers, starting with the most anticipated of all, Jason Voorhees. He's been leaked for a while now, and we thought he was coming last year when the Jason account first followed Fortnite, but the hope was not lost. Not only are we getting him as an outfit, but he's bringing a brand new medallion that'll terrify anyone you're fighting, all because of the iconic... But we're not just getting one infamous killer, Ghostface is making his debut, and Fortnite also knows how important this one is because he's not just an outfit. He'll be bringing his very own mythic to the game, and it'll tie into the Scream movies perfectly. It's a slasher knife, and this will let you stalk enemies from a distance and then jump scare them. On paper, it sounds like the coolest Halloween weapon we have ever had. And to make room for all of this content, Fortnite actually just vaulted the entire season. Everything you knew about the bug invasion is gone, and considering Fortnite lasts all the way into the end of the month, you can bet it's not coming back. Now let's get to one of the most shocking collabs ever announced for Halloween. Because there's been a certain horror game that's been rumored for a long time now, and I can't believe that it's coming to Fortnite. I'm of course talking about Poppy Playtime. Huggy Wuggy is officially getting his own outfit, but sadly, it's gonna be the only mascot we get from Playtime Co., but still, it's gonna look insane. Fans are hoping to see Kissy Missy or Mommy Longlegs, although if enough people buy Huggy, we'll probably get Wave 2 in the future. So you can see Poppy Playtime making sense in Fortnite, but there's always been one thing that has limited Epic's collabs, and that issue is finally solved. In some of my previous videos, we talked about how they were scared to add like Mortal Kombat or Billy the Puppet, but as you know, they eventually made its way to the game last year. Now, nothing is off the table, and that includes one of the most R-rated villains in horror, Art the Clown. That's right, they're adding Terrifier to Fortnite this Halloween, and let me tell you, this is one of the biggest maniacs of the past few years. It's kind of crazy to see something like this in the game, but it's exciting to know that truly anyone can come to Fortnite now. And that includes another horror villain you probably didn't expect to see. The Black Phone is getting a sequel movie this month, and of course, to promote it, it looks like they'll be adding the Grabber as a skin in the game. Blumhouse is really trying to push him as the next big bad guy with the whole franchise, so it makes sense. A crossover that needs no introduction will be the most popular of them all. It is Scooby-Doo. Basically the headliner for this year's Fortnitemares, which is crazy considering people like Jason and Ghostface are coming, but we have so much excitement for the Mystery Inc. gang that it's impossible to deny it is gonna break the internet. Of course, we'll be getting cosmetics for the entire crew. That means Fred, Daphne, Velma, Scooby, and Shaggy, who will actually have multiple outfits and unique styles. And you wouldn't feel truly like you're a part of the gang if you didn't have the Mystery Machine. Well, Fortnite knows exactly how to make this collab special because we're getting an actual SUV you can buy in the shop, which means your whole squad can ride in it. If past collabs are anything to go by, you could pretty much expect iconic theme songs to come to the game, like when we had the Power Rangers jam track or the Cantina Band song. And that's why What's New Scooby-Doo is confirmed to be getting its own jam track too, maybe even an emote as well. The collabs just won't stop, because if you thought Poppy Playtime was the only horror game, you'd be wrong. Last year, the internet was taken over by Repo, and as we've seen in the past with crossovers like Lethal Company and Among Us, Fortnite loves this kind of stuff. That's why this Fortnitemares will be able to play as the semi-bot from the game. And even more surprising news, turns out Daft Punk wasn't the only artist planned for this season. Doja Cat is finally joining the Icon series. She's been involved in the game for a long time now with tons of emotes and jam tracks, and well, now she's gonna be an actual boss for Fortnitemares known as the Mother of Thorns. She's getting 2 skins as part of this and revealed it all on Jimmy Fallon. Now, you know exactly what the secret Thorn teaser on the island has been building towards. All of these crossovers have been confirmed, and there are plenty of rumored ones on the horizon too, but we'll get to those later as we move on to our next massive change with Fortnitemares' storyline. If you've been paying attention to OG lately, you'll find that everything is happening for a reason. We've watched as Kevin finally made his return, this time red, and the reasons why both him and the Rocket event were a different color are finally starting to make sense. Recently, we got to watch the red cube roll all the way to Loot Lake and melt into it, and this is actually the build up to Fortnitemares. That's because the last time this happened, it was also for Halloween. Once the original Loot Lake had formed with Kevin, it led to the arrival of cube monsters all those years ago, and now it's happening again to kickstart this Halloween. OG is directly linked to Battle Royale, as we've seen from the rifting items last season, along with the fact that this year, the BR map will turn red too. And that's also teasing the next stage of Fortnite OG. So what's going on? Everything that's been different this time around has been thanks to the red butterfly, rifts, cubes, and now even the moon. But it only gets weirder when players started to notice this was changing too. Over the past few weeks, the moon has shifted from red to pink and now purple, just like the original cube colors. Even the IO bunker in Wailing Woods has done the same, with the lights changing from inside the hatch switching color. So when we launched season 6, we weren't too surprised to see the cube island is now purple too. What happened to all the red? And well, soon we'll be seeing the return of classic characters such as Kato Thorn, who has been re-added into the files and seems pretty acquainted with the blood moon that's coming to the island. Of course, we've also seen OG adding secret map changes such as this wolf, which was never in chapter 1, and this has actually been teasing the next battle pass. For season 6, we have got remix versions of Calamity, DJ Yonder, and Dyer. These have been highly anticipated for a long time now. Clearly, Dyer is important to the story of the season as they have spent so long teasing him, and obviously he fits the Halloween theme perfectly. As you remember from the very start of this video, we talked about how Fortnitemares has over 30 skins coming to the game, and they could be dropping a new one every single day. So let's talk about that. A ton of original cosmetics have been revealed that will be included in this daily drop of skins. Some fans think we'll be getting some kind of mini pass for this event, and while that would be cool, it feels like Epic are just gonna overload us with the item shop skins instead. So let's start off with the Halloween version of Marigold. If we're all being honest here, she looks way better than the original design, and from the way fans are reacting, this could be the most popular original skin of the whole month. Then, fitting with the idea of wolves and vampires across the game, we have a werewolf girl named Lupa. I think they're even more excited about one of the most anticipated survey skins of all, the Pig Butcher. This guy has been leaked for a while now, but he is finally coming to Fortnitemares, and people keep comparing him to Professor Pig from the Batman comics. Speaking of Batman, there have been heavy rumors circulating about Black Mask and the Riddler making an appearance this year. And while the leaks were all the way back in January, the best time for them to show up would be Fortnitemares. Back to confirmed appearances, this Halloween will finally introduce the Moth skin, which has been in the works for years at this point. The skin is in the files as we speak, and it looks pretty identical to the concept we've all grown familiar with. I'm not gonna lie, it is one of the creepiest skins of the year. That's unlike the Cadet Frog, who isn't scary in the slightest, but does count as one of the Fortnitemares outfits dropping soon. He'll have a wrap and a pickaxe as well, which is some kind of frog shield. And considering frogs eat insects, I guess he's the perfect candidate for the bug season we're in. Joining him will be an upcoming Fortnitemares remix pack. Epic is officially redesigning the entire High Stakes Club, transforming Lucian West into a full-on wolf. Then they're giving Joni the Red a winged vampire outfit and turning Halsey into a witch. This looks incredible. With all of this happening, it wouldn't surprise me if Fortnite decides to pull the trigger on these two rumored crossovers. For the past few months, Epic has been working on a secret alien Romulus LTM that we know nothing about. And obviously, there's no better time to drop it than this month. And now that we've seen Scooby-Doo coming to Fortnite, it makes the rumored He-Man and Skeletor collab sound perfect for Halloween. After all, people dress up as these guys all the time, and they would look pretty cool this season. With Epic going all out lately on nostalgic cartoons like Beavis and Butthead, and then we had Bob's Burgers, it makes perfect sense. So if you buy any of these cosmetics, use code T5G in the item shop. Thank you all for watching. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.